It's time to hit the gas as we kick off breakdown on this side of IPW. Our run towards cash out's going to be pretty epic. Tag team classic eliminators fill the card alongside some big women's matches. Strap on in, we're in for a good old ride tonight. Well, let's get into our opener tonight. And we're going into the women's tag team division. As the Bella twins are in the house.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Nick E. Bell-R and Britt Bell-R, Pretty Mean Sisters.
Now these two, fresh off victory down the rabbit hole, and tonight going to work together to pick up maybe another victory over a team that was featured in the women's tag eliminators and did pretty goddamn well on the breakdown side of things. That team bring the party every single night. Smoke machines in hand.
And their opponents, the team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
And the raving beginning to fill the breakdown arena. Katana Chance, Kaden Carter looking to earn a victory over red hot Bella twins. The two very limber, very versatile wrestlers in Katana and Kada really bring the energy that they showcase in their entrance into how they wrestle. It's going to be Kaden and Nikki Bella starting this one off for the respective teams. Let's get underway here. And Nikki out of the gates first with some big shots. Obviously, the Bellas earning a big victory down the rabbit hole against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven in that big-time tag battle. As well, Caden's making a mistake, getting caught here on the outside by Nikki. Bree getting time to recover, undiscombobulate herself. As now it's going to be Nikki and Kaden battling here on the outside. Snap vertical suplex from Nikki as Bree comes out, coming to help her sister, but it's very much a brawl here on the outside in the early goings as the count reaches for some body scissors there by Carter to take down Bree. The count reaching the upper limits as our big man Kevin issues the 8. Bree needs to get back in. Will do so in time, as will Kaden. And the count doesn't reach 9 or 10. And this match continues as that's some tandem offense from the Bella twins. Executed pretty well. A distraction from Nikki and then the boots from Bree. Nikki takes a little bit of punishment off of that, but that little punishment gave Bree the opportunity to seize control. But right now she's eating stereo super kicks. However, is able to make a tag. In comes Nikki. Powerbomb position. No. Hurricane Rana into the pin. Down for the count. And a kick out needed there by Nikki to stay alive in this matchup. Chance, we know, can bring and utilize her Ninja warrior skills in wrestling. Very limber, very versatile. The flatliner into the middle turnbuckle. Executed pretty goddamn well there by Caden. Springboard, dropping the leg across the throat. That's big connection with that maneuver. As Caden Carter keeping the pressure on here. Nikki's kind of been trapped in the ring. Able to get back up, misses a grab, and now Caden's going to fire with some big shots. One blow, dropping Nikki as well. Chance back in the picture, as is Brie. And I'd say the more limber of the two stars on either side into the ring now. The powerhouses taking a little break on the apron. Chance Benadriller connecting onto Brie here, and Brie's finally able to fight back. Takes down Chance, but Chance fires back with a shot, and could you imagine? Caden Carter, Katana Chance get an upset really here over the Bella Twins, the Hall of Famers. That would be pretty gnarly. But yeah, looking how this is going, it is Chance in control. Nice running senton to land flush onto the chest of Brie. Tag coming through. Caden into the picture. Snapmare takedown and boots to follow suit. Off the body. Dropping an elevated wheelbarrow senton. There's some unique tandem offense from Caden and Chance. Brie caught, roll up. Caden trying to steal it. Kick out needed and given. Big boots there from Carter. As she heads up top. Hits the splash and goes for the cover. Nikki into the picture to break that pin up. Brie avoids the follow-up shot, but cannot avoid the next one. Caden flattens Brie, and now Chance is back into the ring. Massive shot there from Chance, but the second avoided. Brie firing back, dropping Chance with a kind of a face grab bulldog. Springboard head scissors applied and taking down Brie. Chance heads up top. Corkscrew 450 attempted, but missing wildly there. Brie avoids it, but she can't avoid the big strikes here from Chance. And this is what is costing the Bella Twins right now, as Caden and Chance have really been just hitting the shots quick. Head scissors, slamming the head of Brie into the mat. We know that Chance does possess that knockout power, the 360 Codebreaker. Used to pick up some big victories for this team. Obviously, eliminating the Kabuki Warriors from the tag team eliminators a few months ago now. Brie charges in, but it's whenever the Bellas are really trying to get some continual offense going, it is just stifled. Seatbelt here from Brie, not going to be able to pick up the win, but eats the 360 Codebreaker. That's certainly big offense connecting. Brie's down for the 2. Chance hits that maneuver, almost nets victory. Gonna send Brie into the corner, and now the tag through. It's going to be another tandem maneuver. Again, the wheelbarrow senton. connecting. Carter back into the picture. We know she's probably got some high-octane offense stored away. Bree not going to allow it to happen. Crucifix bomb. Takes down Carter. High roundhouse misses though from Bree. Eats a wheelbarrow. Take down. And then Carter sends Bree into party territory. Bree trying to get away. Cannot do so. It's like the Bellas seem lost right now. Eats that STO. Onto the shoulders of Carter. And plants her with the leg across the chest. Pinfall attempt. Not enough. A big kick out by Bree, who has absorbed an excruciating amount of punishment. Chance. Springboard misses the dropkick. Bree has the opportunity that she needs to maybe get out of this. Gets sent into the Bella territory. Now puts Chance back in that corner. Charges in and splashes into the corner. Bree eats a lariat though. Can't follow it up. Avoid the grab miss, but the shot doesn't. Now has Chance hooked up. DDT plants her down. And then a chop. No German. Just going to be a mat takedown. And I think this is what Bree's needed. The opportunity to escape to the apron. In comes Nikki, who goes for the cover. One. And that's it. The offense from the Bellas has been minimalistic. Finally, getting some tandem offense. Sends Chance running. Double shoulder blocks, but this is an issue, I would say, for the Bellas. Bree's still in the picture. Still in the ring. Eats the Hurricane Rana. And Kaden and Chance has done the most amount of damage here to Bree. Nikki really needs to get some extended time in the ring to realistically save this matchup for this team. An Irish whip sends Kaden into an arm drag takedown. Bree reverses some big shots. Crucifix bomb. Putting Kaden down, and she is going to drag her away from her own corner. Smart here from Bree, who's locking it in. LaBelle lock applied. Or the yes lock. Chance in, breaks it up. And that's massive for Bree as she goes for the cover. Kaden down for the count. A 2 comes through. Nearly victory in favor of the Bellas, who, as we said, has been on the receiving end for the majority of the match. Bree getting back into it all and really delivering. Big kicks connecting, but that one not going to happen. Stifled by Kaden. Kaden can't follow it up. Bree, this time, will connect. The S-kicks applied and delivering the knockout shot. Pinfall attempt. Kaden down for the count. 1, 2. Hands on the rope. A referee spots it. Good eye from big man Kevin to keep this match rolling on. Bree allows Chance into the ring. Nice takedown from Katana, who walks the back of Bree. And Bree needs really to land something here, because Chance will fire off a high-octane amount of offense. Eat defeat comes through. That was very quick in execution. No slowdown. Cartwheeling, rolling thunder into the back of Bree there from Chance. Nikki saving the matchup for the team. Breaks that pinfall up. The 360 code breaker missing there. Brie now has an opportunity to strike. Will do so. Boots to the body and one to the head. Tag out. In comes Nikki. The Bellas go for the cover. One. And only a one. Gents eats the punch to the back of the head. Caught here by Nikki, who we know she's looking for the knockout. Standing STO. Drops Chance and back comes Brie. It's interesting that the Bellas are doing this. Brie, obviously a potent wrestler in her career. Actually given the spotlight here tonight. I believe it was Nikki last time out for the Bellas who netted the victory. Submission hold here applied. A modified camel clutch. Shot misses. Brie. Crucifix bomb again. Dropping Chance, and then Nikki comes in. This might be Nikki looking to knock out Chance. Torture rack is yet to be used. A rack attack, I should say. Maybe not what the Bellas want. It's maybe this tag team maneuver. Brie gonna be launched with a shoulder block. And she's now looking for the win. Label locked applied. The S-lock, whatever it's called. Caden in, breaking it up. Roundhouse ducked. Caden, the illegal woman, busts open Brie. A dirty cheap shot there from Carter. Maybe giving Chance an opportunity to recover, but Brie's back up first. And Brie, I think, might be entering Brie mode. Shoulder breaker applied. Nikki brought into the picture. Tries to grab Chance, can't do so. Instead, Bella Buster flattens Chance down for the cover. A 2 count and a kick out. Chance staying alive for the team. Nikki probably not done yet. Sends Chance in the corner. No tag just yet. Katana. A rotating drop kick there. Connects onto Nikki. Nice maneuver as the Bellas in tandem set up this punch to the body. Chance, or Caden again targeting the illegal woman. Takes down Nikki, but as we say, Brie the legal woman for the Bellas, but she is planted. Cradle bomb applied. Nikki, well, Brie kicking out in time. Again, an Irish whip reverse here. Brie gonna follow up with some kicks to the body. One boot enough so that her sister could come in. Charging, trying to grab a hold of Carter. Sends her running. The Bellas going for more frequent tags here. It's still been Brie Bella controlling the ring for the Bella twins. Has taken an exuberant amount of punishment already. Sent flying. Chance gonna be tagged in. As the count starts to rise, Chance chasing down Brie, heads to the outside. Chance thinking powerbomb. No, swirly. Just sending Brie head over heels. On the outside, big actual impact there. The count elevating here. We're up to an 8. Brie slowly getting back up at a count of 9. Beats the 10 and back in. Bella Buster! Busting the head of Chance. Pinfall attempt and Kaden again. Saving the matchup for her team. In the process of doing so, taking out our referee, Big Man Kevin. A second Bella Buster going to connect. Brie into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Job done for the Bellas, who net a massive victory. But the tag champs are in the house, and the championships hit the heads of the Bellas. Fatal Influence have finally crossed the line. In a long-awaited amount of time, they have come back to Breakdown, and they're looking to make a statement. The Bellas versus Fatal Influence. It looks like we've got a feud brewing here on this side of IPW. Well, what a shock we've seen in that opener. But now, more women taking center stage here in IPW. This time, some big shots, big action. Jada Parker in the house.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Port St. Lucie, Florida, Jada Parker.
Parker, known for the big hip attacks, the big right hands. Tonight gets an opportunity of a lifetime. A chance to go toe-to-toe with one of the big prospects here on Breakdown. And some say there's weather that is turbulent. And this storm is set to surge here on Breakdown. It has been a while since we've seen her.
And her opponent from Orlando, Florida, Jade Cargill.
But she has the shot here tonight. And in the return, Jake Cargill. A similar sort of prowess to what Blake Monroe had on Primetime. Obviously returning here to IPW, looking to climb and elevate her rankings. With the Ruby belt, the contention unclear as to who will get the next shot. Bear in mind, Liv Morgan has been a phenomenal champion, beating pretty much everyone that steps up to her. Cargill, a different kettle of fish if she is to earn the shot. It comes down to what Solo Sikoa says issues as our general manager for Breakdown. But speaking of Solo Sikoa, you have to wonder if he had anything to do with getting the women's tag champions to appear on tonight's show. Obviously, they're typically governed by our primetime general manager, Eve Torres. But maybe there's a bit of joint effort there from those two to get a big time matchup when we cash out. That could certainly be a big boy battle on that card. The Bellas versus Fatal Influence just screaming talent and prowess on both sides of the picture. And if the Hall of Famers in the Bella Twins can win the championships, that certainly gives it more chance, I'd feel, to break down stars to get a title shot. Especially considering what Fatal Influence did or have been doing to the women's tag team division on Primetime. A lot of the stars there, not really teams anymore, to be honest. Obviously, Tatum and Gigi split up thanks to Fatal Influence. Molly Holly, Maxine Dupree, those two haven't been teaming in a long time, obviously. Recently losing the mixed tag belts did Molly Holly and Otis for the Alpha Academy, but maybe there's a chance in the future for the women's side of that team to kind of come together, form a championship run. Obviously, Maxine Dupree in person in WWE, winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship. A massive achievement for her. But yeah, looking at this match as we turn our attention to it, Jada Parker on a collision course here with Cargill. Already busted her open, landed some some big shots that are highly volatile. That spinning back fist into the pin almost netted the win as Parker hits the hip attack. Flush on the side of the face. The shot could do it, but no. Cargill kicking out. This would be such an upset if Jada Parker could earn the win here against Jade Cargill. Cargill, bent running, and out to ringside. Parker is not letting up here in the singles match as well. Followed her out as soon as she was yeeted from the ring. Big pump kick there from Cargill. Flattens Parker. And this forces the pressure onto Jada to answer the call that is slowly rising. We're up to 8. Jada back into the ring. Caught immediately on entry. I think Jade was looking for Jaded. Unable to connect as well. Bit of Salt Bay from Parker, who's lining Cargill up again. Off the ropes, the hip attack misses. Cargill gets a chance now to fire back. Send Parker running. Hooks her up, no. Knee reversal. Parker trying to trip. Cargill can't connect. Instead, it is Jade firing some big shots. Hooks her up. Nice fall away slam. Into the nip up. Cover here. Cargill trying to get the win. Very close to doing so, but no. The kick out in time. As Jada, very sturdy, able to survive and endure the impact. But with Cargill not yet able to land some Jaded, you have to feel, if you're Parker, that you've yet to receive the best shot here from your opponent. But that best shot might be coming right now. Hooked up into the air and planted with Jaded. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. But no. Nearly it. And finally Jada shows her prowess kicking out of that. but I have an issue. Hooked up again. Dropped with Jaded once more. Pinfall attempt. Jada's busted open, but that doesn't matter because Cargill earns the victory. Quick and efficient offense from Cargill to end the match. And in the early going, so you have to give credit where credit's due. Jada pushed the tempo, caused some big damage to Cargill's face, but when you miss one big attack, Cargill will capitalize and look to seal the deal. And that is what ended up happening. This pump kick gave respite to Cargill, gave her a chance to recover. And as that second hip attack attempt missed, Cargill closed in with the Jaded. The first to stagger, cause chaos, discombobulate Jada. And although it didn't get the win, the second did. This one right here that immediately followed that pinfall attempt. Hooked up and dropped face first, busting open Jada, and the count of 3.
Here is your winner, Jade Cargill.
A big victory here for Jade Cargill. And this puts her on the right path. Momentum being built towards our championships here in IPW. Breakdown has a new big option for championship bouts in Jade Cargill. Well, it's time for our first of 2 tag team classic eliminators. Our opening round here on Breakdown features Fraxium.
The following is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 336 pounds, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Fraxia!
As a team here in IPW, they've been a pretty decent option. Certainly capable of victory in these sorts of situations. They like to step up when the pressure is on. But tonight the pressure is well and certainly on, because the competition they will face is not that easy. Looking at this breakdown bracket, a win here for one of the 2 teams involved puts you in a battle with American Made. Obviously a team we've seen pick up momentum here on Breakdown, beating, well, champ and challenger Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. ahead of their matchup down the rabbit hole.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 400 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Obviously that unit, not a real tag team, but tonight they face former tag champs, former NXT World Champ Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. A very potent unit here. As 2 teams that could be considered greats of NXT. Probably one of the greatest NXT tag team champions ever, Fraxium, versus two of the greatest singles champions in NXT. Bear in mind, DIY obviously found success as a tag team themselves in NXT. Meeting in the middle for big time victory, but in a tornado tag matchup, the meet in the middle kind of mitigated as an option. You look at the offense that these two teams really possess, obviously, is Gargano and Ciampa. You have to favor them in terms of that explosivity, that sort of style they bring. Obviously, Frazier and Axiom more known for a bit more high-octane offense, the aerial assaults. In tornado tag matches, it's very hard to land them sorts of maneuvers or find the opportunity to do so. As DIY dissecting their opponents in the early goings of this matchup. Gargano brings in a kendo stick. As Ciampa's dissecting Axiom, just stomping away at the body. An early pinfall attempt there from Gargano onto Frazier. Does not get the win, but it does certainly set the tempo as that's a beautiful snap German. Snapping that off, but Ciampa's into the picture. Backstabber, discus, forearm as well. Frazier has not got much luck right now, because he is certainly being beaten to a pulp here by Ciampa. Twisting Hangman's neck breaker. More of a cutter, as I believe he twisted Frazier out as he hit that landing. Gets a 2 count. Off of it regardless does Ciampa. Still looking for something else. The kick connects. And I think we've got some end of... Oh no! Reversal. Frazier staying alive. The Hurricane Rana to escape that very precarious position. And Axiom now getting the better of Gargano. Axiom finding their moment to get into this battle. Frazier hits the dropkick. Gargano hits the cutter. And that cutter more prolific than the dropkick, because it busts open Axiom under that mask. STO from Ciampa. As Axiom running the ropes, round and round he goes to hit that dropkick. He takes down Gargano with it. Ciampa gonna meet him. Grabs a hold of Axiom and just brings him down. Very quick in execution with that vertical suplex. Ciampa sent to the corner. Axiom's boots missing. Ciampa wise to it. And there's 4 bodies on the mat, but only 2 of them are due to connection from big maneuvers. The impact delivering. Ciampa with a chair. No crunch needed. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Nearly. DIY circling in on that victory. The kendo stick used to batter Axiom and now set him up. End of heartache. Pinfall attempt. Ciampa trying to get the win on Axiom. Tornado DDT from Gargano going to stop Frazier from intervening. Gargano picks the ankle. He locks it in. Gargano escape applied. Powerbomb from Ciampa. Rolls through. Big knee. The offense connecting effectively from DIY. And Gargano's looking to seal the deal. Boom. The boot connects. Ciampa misses with the leg drop. Axiom given a chance here to break it up and does so. Keeping the matchup alive, but he is caught immediately out of that pinfall attempt. Gargano's back into the Gargano escape. He's got Axiom in it this time. Frazier gets some reprieve from that hold. DIY. Just destructive pinfall attempt here. Frazier forced to kick out. Pop-up drop kick there. Axiom connecting. But again, Ciampa, very fresh. Just gets back up and delivers some knees. And now he's looking to end Axiom. They might not be able to go meet in the middle, but they can in unison or both hit their own running attacks in a single person style. Gargano and Ciampa have done so. That's the chair! Tossed into the face of Ciampa. Caught off guard with it. Busts him open. A border toss type attack there from Gargano sends Frazier flying. Axiom eats a step up enziguri. This matchup has well and truly been DIYs. Frazier flattens Gargano, but Ciampa, but Gargano flattens both Axiom and Frazier. Oh, the Axiom kick connects. Drills Ciampa with it. Gargano in the right place to stop that from being the end of the match, and he goes up and over. Ciampa empties the ring as Gargano, fireman's carry, got Buster. Drops Axiom down, and now Gargano escaped once more. Frazier trying to get in, trying to save the match, but he can't get in time. DIY advance to face American Made. What a battle we had here in this tag team eliminator. We've set up for a pretty big battle next week. DIY, we know, would love a shot at the Usos. Two teams, I'd say, when it's their day, are very hard to beat. This matchup certainly showed that in favor of DIY. But as we close in or move closer, obviously, with this being an opening round matchup, next week they'll face American Made. The winner of that will face, I believe, the New Age Outlaws. And then the winner of that will face the winner of whoever happens to be against either the winner of, well, it'll be a winner of the New Day versus whoever wins the other two matches that we will find out towards the end of the show. Well, we're riding the wave of women's action here tonight. And the Ruby Belt champion is in the house. Belt above the head. You know who it is. And what she is capable of. The champ has been on a tear here in IPW.
It's scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, the prestigious World Champion, Liv Morgan.
No, non-title action here for Liv Morgan. He goes toe-to-toe with someone who gets a chance, an opportunity to go against the champ. Typically, it'd be an open challenge. But this is more so a prove your prowess match. Tonight, the opportunity goes to Nikita Lyons.
And her opponent from Los Angeles, California, Nikita Lyons.
Something that I'm, well, surprised about, to be honest. Nikita getting the shot here. Solo wants to award his stars, give them a chance to prove themselves against the champion. It's always a nice thing to see. But if you're Nikita, you realistically would have loved to have had that open challenge title match that Morgan has been offering in previous weeks. But the same point can stand from Liv Morgan's side of things. You think about it. She's proved that she deserves to be champion. No one has really proved that they deserve to be a contender for the belt. So if Nikita wants a shot, she's gonna beat the champion. And then, when it comes down to it, the title shot may be hers if she can beat her. Liv eating some punishment here. The Muay Thai clinch into a spinning gut kick there from Nikita Lyons. The two tie up once more. Collar and elbow that yet again falls in favor of Lyons. Third lock up here. Liv, the better of the situation. Side headlock applied. Sent running. Nikita misses with a kick to the gut, and now the champion gets capitalized. Takes a hold of Lyons, puts her on the ropes. This is what Liv does. She's very good at just quickening the pace to a sort of tempo you cannot keep up with. When it's there, she can hit her potent offense pretty easily. And that potent offense we've seen just come out of nowhere. Obviously, as we went down the rabbit hole, Morgan defended her championship in a very big battle, that Who's Your Mommy match against Rhea Ripley. That certainly was interesting, probably matchup of the night for me. Dirty Dom living up to expectations there as the special referee. I'm now getting flashbacks to that matchup, but yeah, good. It was good. And Morgan showcased why she's champion. That flash oblivion certainly caught Rhea off guard, granted Morgan the win. And now, Liv gets a show of prowess here on Breakdown against some younger stars, some untested talent as she's setting up. Bulldog applied on the outside. Just flattens Nikita there with that one. Nice step up drop kick. Is the action now returning into the ring? Morgan puts Nikita in the corner, and this has certainly been very good from Liv. Scoop and a slam puts down Lyons, and this isn't typically where we see Liv head. To the second rope she goes. Someone very much loves Liv. Hits that code breaker though. That we've seen her utilize to perfection here in IPW. The precursor to people going into oblivion. Nikita sent down to hell with that maneuver. And Morgan gets the win. Quick and easy for the champion. In this non-title matchup, earned victory. But oh no. Liv, you better turn round. Because that is an irresistible force. The former Sapphire Belt champion no longer wants that rematch with Julia. She's got eyes on a bigger prize. And Liv Morgan's gonna have to be wary. Because Nia is hungry for gold. Well, we're one tag eliminator in. It's time for the second. As the Final Testament's representatives, led by Paul Ellering, are set to crush here tonight. The AOP in the house.
Is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Paul Ellering at a combined weight of 620 pounds. Anchor and result, authors of pain.
I would say this team haven't really found their footing here in IPW. Some big losses, but still an opportunity to compete. If this team wins, or the other team in this matchup, they will go on to face the Good Brothers next week. But AOP, I have a feeling, will treat this like a squash match. Because it's Legado del Fantasma.
And their opponents, accompanied by Elektra Lopez at a combined weight of 403 pounds. Angel and Berto, Legado del Fantasma.
Both teams bringing out their manager for this battle. And you've got to say, this is certainly a matchup that I've got AOP winning with ease. Legado del Fantasma overall, very, well, untested here in IPW. And I would say could very easily be flattened here by Akam and Razor. But we shall see if that is the case. Tornado tag rules apply. Let's get it on. Super kick coming out early. Razor's been flattened by Gaza as Berto inverted DDT dropping Akam. And yeah, the winner of this match goes on to face the Good Brothers. And the winner of the matchup of the win with the Good Brothers will go on to face the New Day. That is kind of how the structure goes. The winner of, obviously, the New Day versus the winner of the Good Brothers and the winner of this match will face either the New Age Outlaws or American Made / DIY. And that will round out week 4 as we would head into Cash Out, where, simply put, we will be cashing out with a new well, potential tag team champions. Obviously, the Usos will be defending in that three-way dance in that matchup at Cash Out. The AOP, colliding with one another there. Not going to allow them to go big boys here and squash their opponents. Because as it stands, Legado del Fantasma have certainly stepped up to the case, but this is not where you want to be if you're Berto and Garza, isolated against both members of the AOP. Nice backstabber there from Garza. Springboard, moonsault off the middle rope, goes for the pin. An immediate kick out there. And yeah, as this matchup really stands, this is an issue now for Garza, who's caught on the shoulders of Rezar. Military press. Drops him down. Garza sling blade into the drop kick. Roll up attempt here. Berto trying to steal it. Unable to do so. This is a very big matchup. That is certainly giving us some very... It's a close affair for the early stages. Double underhook. No, not going to be able to lift up Akam. Instead, a backdrop to Garza as Berto trying to pick up the scraps. And it's interesting to note, Paul Ellering did remove that top turnbuckle pad. And Rezar comes in picking up the pieces. And he has just flattened both Berto and Garza. And now, chokeslam attempted, not going to be able to get it. Instead, it's Akam powerbomb position, just dropping Garza. Berto trying to save his partner from pinfall. Throws the kendo stick and really keeps Akam off of Garza. Running STO though takes Humberto out of the picture. And Garza's now left in a 2v1. Humberto back up, double unhook. Drops him down. Submission hold applied here. It's that cheeky little submission as there's a Mexican Destroyer connecting onto Akam. Legado del Fantasma have certainly stepped up, but the referee has been taken out. Oh my. That has kept this matchup in an awkward state. But that state now sits in favor of the AOP. Akam and Rezar just taking it to now LFI. They've had that wake-up call that they needed. And now they're going to utilize it. Kendo stick in the hands of Akam. Cracked across the body of Garza. Meanwhile, it's Humberto about to be flattened by Rezar. It certainly is done so. AOP bringing it to the competition. And they have isolated Garza on the outside. Humberto gets a little reprieve, but he's now targeted, as is Garza. Sent for a ride. That fallaway slam gonna connect. And this is AOP's sort of matchup now. Isolation, domination, and destruction. Pop-up spine buster. Flattening Humberto there. Rezar. Distracted. Elytra getting involved. Keeping her team in this matchup. Kendo stick though, shot caught. Choke slam to Humberto. Kendo stick to the back of Garza. Pinfall almost there for the AOP. Garza having to step up here. Taking it to Rezar. Tornado DDT out the corner. Humberto, a standard DDT. He drills Akam down. LFI, isolation. Rings of Saturn applied. That's got Akam locked up. Worse for wears. Razor forced to break it up. And Razor back on the attack. Dominator to Gaza. Akam, meanwhile, not going to deliver the powerbomb. Humberto fights out of it. But he is caught immediately by Razor. Fireman's carry, fought out of. Meanwhile, Akam, I think he's looking for it. Pump handle up into the hammer. Drills him down. Pinfall attempt. 1, 2, 3. No shock factor there. The AOP destroy and conquer the LFI in the battle of the 3-letter acronyms. Credit where credit's due. Legado del Fantasma did battle very nicely into this matchup. But it got to that point where it was too much. And AOP woke up and destroyed the competition. This sets them off with a date with the Good Brothers. A date that I think could go either way. You've got the veteran lineup of Gallows and Anderson versus the destructive AOP. That'll be a battle we'll see next week as we watch the finish again.
Here are your winners, Akam and Razor, authors of Pain.
The victory tonight will still be celebrated by Paul Ellering and his two monsters. We are closing in on the main event. That's coming up for you right now. Well, the main event tonight is certainly an interesting one, to say the least. As a straight edge superstar looks to be stepping up to the plate. And Punk, he's really had few and far opportunities in the main event scene. But it's a similar sort of story to one that we have seen play out recently here in IPW. Firstly, it's clobbering time.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
But, getting back on topic, his story here in IPW rings eerily similar to the one of Roman Reigns. Falling short in the big moments, failing to earn the title shot. Is he the sort of star that when actually in a title match, he will perform, he will deliver, he will become champion? Something that we will have to see if he earns the shot at Cash Out. That will be what he is aiming for. But as you're aware, we like to do things a certain way here in IPW. If you can beat the former challenger, you're more than likely going to earn the shot. And tonight,
And his opponent from England, weighing in at 211 pounds, Zack
Sabre Jr. is in the house, ready to put on another technical masterpiece and show why he earned the title shot against William Ospreay. That matchup obviously did not go the way that Sabre wanted down the rabbit hole. But it was a close affair. There were glimpses of Sabre being a potent threat, being a potential challenger to knock off the champ, but no one has yet to do that with both our top champions here on breakdown side of the fence. And something that I have to say with all of our champions outside of a couple, obviously I would say primetime side of things, the television championship in the men's side and the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, very much two championships that aren't very stable at the moment in terms of who holds them. Obviously, seeing a new champion crowned down the rabbit hole for the World Heavyweight Championship. As for the television championship, Halloween, during our special spooky Rumble, new champion crowned there. But here on primetime, here on Breakdown, apart from the recent belt change where Julia won the Sapphire belt, nothing's really changed in terms of our champions since the brand split. And that's been probably one of the better things for Breakdown, is consistency at the top. It just gives more opportunity to more stars to try and beat the best star in each division. And I look at what the potential threats are currently. Sabre recently losing his opportunity. The potential chance to someone else here on Breakdown to get the shot is there. I mean, I look at some of the names that could be in that matchup. You have the likes of Edge, a former challenger. You have, I know, a few other big names. To be honest, last month, during the build-up to going down a rabbit hole, the challenges were kind of already laid out, as it was always going to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Will Ospreay since day one. But you think we've got some other big names still in the picture that could challenge LA Knight yet again, go for a shot. Not to forget the current Resolution case holder Kevin Nash lurking around the corner for any opportunity to cash in. Had a couple of them chances if he wanted that during the build-up to going down a rabbit hole, but he did not execute then. Similar story for Becky Lynch. Obviously, the Resolution case can be used on any championship within IPW, so long as your gender can compete for it. And Sabre runs in, PK connecting. Punk not going to let that big shot affect him. Fires back with some kicks of his own. Tries to grab hold of Sabre, not going to be able to do so. Instead, Sabre takes him down. Applying pressure here is Zack as he bridges over, damaging the arm a little more. Goes for the cover. Kick out there. Punk gets back up quite quickly. Realizes the danger, hits the power slam. And he's thinking it's nap time already. And he's going to deliver it. Up on the shoulders. GTS connects. Saber's down for the 2. And Punk thought he had it in the bag. Saber very resilient, able to obviously fire back, fight with a lot of prowess. Powerbomb position. Fought out of. Swing neck breaker from Punk. Up and over, rolling senton off the springboard from Punk, who's connects with knee in the corner. Signature Punk into the lariat. He's already tried to put Saber to sleep once in this match. Perhaps he's thinking it's time to do it again. Can't get it from this position as Saber fights out of the corner. Kick from Punk. And then the high roundhouse. Maybe knocking Saber out. As Saber's now in the drop zone. Not a place you want to be against Punk, who looks to drop the elbow. Connects flush on the chest. And now Punk's feeling it. Hooks him up onto the shoulders. GTS, and Punk falls into that cover. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, Punk puts away the former challenger. That puts him in probably a very good stead to becoming #1 contender for Will Ospreay's Emerald Belt. But yeah, you have to say, Saber looked out of it here in this battle. Punk had the easy opportunities to land those GTSs, and well, he certainly did so. Flush onto the jaw and the temple of Saber. That obviously being the first one, but from that moment, Punk did not slow down. The shots kept raining in, hammering home the point. Getting Saber into these positions where he could just land that signature offense. The elbow drop across the chest. And then this. The game-sealing moment. The game winner. The go-to-sleep. Saber went night-night. And Punk earned victory.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
And this is a good step forward for Punk to reach cash out. To reach the title shot. But I have a feeling Solo Sikoa will keep the pressure on Punk to perform, force him into more difficult matches. But for tonight, Punk can stand tall, victorious here in our main event. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Breakdown. And I will see you for IPW Underground this weekend.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big